All right. What do we got? All right. Looks like we're live. I think so. Jeez, that's really dark. Oh, is that a bit better? That's a bit better, I think. I don't know. Oh, we'll see how it goes. Oh, long day. Long day. What do we got here? We can nearly do this pass. All right. Let me just do a check that we are live. I think we are. Oh, yeah, there we are. Geez, I need a thumbnail. Long day. What do we got here? We can nearly do this pass. Oh my god, that quality is terrible. What is that streaming at? Oh no, 1080p. Maybe it's just really bad quality. Is it what's my settings in game? Well, everything's turned up. Maybe it's the screen ratio. Anyway, we're here to discuss gear. Anyway, so. Oh. Jeez, I'm tired. I probably should use the actual link. Oh, I need the link. There we go. that link instead. Go back to in. Put that link instead. Alright, we'll give it a little bit for some people to rock up before I get into the nitty gritty stuff, as there may be some people who are late or don't know about my stream, which I think I'm recording. If not, I can make another one. Doesn't matter. There's only my voice. I haven't got like music or game sound on in the background because I haven't connected that up yet. So sorry if it's a bit quiet. I guess it means my voice will be a bit clearer, which hopefully it's okay. I've had to like change so many settings so that I can get stuff working right. Oh, we got Door of Creation. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, give me that Levy Stone. Alright, see, I really wish this, like, that screen, like, I wish this didn't move from side to side. Like, I wish it would just, like, stop, or you could disable it. It's so triggering every time I see it. One thing I suggest, guys, those of you who are here yet, if you're not here, you should be. If you are here, do these. This one I've done already. This is a story guide. Do as much of these as you can. And the reason why I say that is it's basically free stuff. And you've only got to do like the bare minimum, you know what I mean? And you literally get a whole bunch of stats. You know, so you get some weapons, you get some equipment crafting materials here, you get some enhancing materials, you know, crafting equipment, you get another piece of gear. If you can equip an artifact, just by equipping an artifact on her, like, you know, it doesn't even have to be anything good. Like, you might want to put something on her anyway for EOA, but for the argument's sake, I'll just put this on her. Equip, bang, done. Do all these because they give you, it's free rewards. It's literally free stuff. Enhance artifact, yes, I've done that already. I've promoted an artifact, done that already. I've leveled, oh, what? What? I've leveled her already. Okay, so is that a bug? Is that a bug? I think it's a bug. Or do I just... Oh, do I have to like level her while it's active? Yeah, okay, so you actually have to level her. That is stupid. Line Games, please fix that. Alright? If she's above level 30, that means I have leveled her. Instant complete this. Alright? Instant complete that. I shouldn't have to level her. Transcend. Well, that's fair enough. I don't think I have any to transcend her because I think she's already max transcended. She's already max transcended. I don't get it. Why do line games bring out this stuff? She's already max transcended. Look. +5. Like, these guys don't play their own game. They don't play their own game. I'm literally convinced they do not play their own game. Or else they know. They know that this doesn't work. So now I'm stuck at transcending Frezia until I get another one. It's painful. Absolutely painful. Alright, well, we got two mythic tickets. I haven't bothered with any of these. Oh, here we go. We've got a nation ticket. Let's get that. Oh, let's get a copy of Luna. Nice. Let's go. No. Wishful thinking. We'll do our free recruit. What do we got here, man? Participates. Okay, so no one's come see us. We're all alone. No one's awake. I don't think anyone's awake. I think that's the problem. So I'm just going to talk to myself. It's okay. I do that a fair bit anyway. So basically the idea of this video is that I've had a few people ask me, Paro, how do I gear my characters? What's this new gearing system? You know, why can't I use my old gear? Why is all my stats missing? Why is everything changing in Season 5? Well, basically, Exos Heroes decided to become Epic 7. The only difference is that it's worse than Epic 7. Epic 7, or Smilegate, the developers of Epic 7, have made heaps of improvements to their system to where it is now. Exos have done, like before, what Smilegate did. So, excuse me, I had a really long day. So they've basically gone backwards with their gearing system. However, there is some good stuff. There is good stuff. So what we'll do is, best thing we'll do is we'll just look at some gear, and then we'll go through, and I'll show you guys what's what. If I can bring up, I should be able to bring up some images of stuff that I've saved. Here we go. This is what we want. All right. Let me just all right, here we go. Hope you guys can see that. Should be able to. I can see it on my screen. All right, so these are the new sets. You no longer have magic and physical damage, so those sets are gone. You no longer have guardian stones. You know, you used to have the element, you know, dark, light, green, nature, frost, fire. They're all gone. So what you have now are these set bonuses. So gear from dragons that you farm, which if you haven't seen my video on how to do farm Holy Dragon, I've got a video for that. I'll chuck a link in the description. Basically, these are all the sets now. So you've got crit set, which increases crit rate. You've got a sniper set, which increases effective hit. Dash set increases attack speed. Retaliation is a counter. Resistance obviously gives you effective resist. Breaker set increases attack. Destruction set increases crit damage. Red blood set recovers HP at 20% of damage dealt. Vitality set increases health. Fortification set increases defense. Now, one thing you need to know about these percentages here, yeah? This is off the character's base stats, including signature force. This is not a multiplication of a multiplication. So if you have 60% attack on a piece of gear, this set does not increase that percentage. So if a character has, let me just so as an example, if a character has, all right, say, here we go, this is a good one. It's got 27% HP. The set bonus of vitality that gives you 20% is not going to be 20% of that 27%, yeah? It'll be off the character's base stats that they have in the journal. So when you go and see the character, it'll be 20% of, say your character's max level 100. It'll be 20% of this number here, yeah? 20% of this number. So don't go thinking that some characters need this because it's multiplicative. It's not. It's only every stat that is calculated off set bonuses is off the character's base stats. And that's just how it works. Don't ask me why, but it's the same way in E7. And it's the same thing for other things. So, a general rule when it comes to gearing a character, I haven't geared Iris. It's just gear I've put on her. A general rule that I go for is you want 75 to 85% crit rate. I know people say, yeah, 100, yada, yada, yada. Not everyone can get 100% crit. So I go 75 to 85% crit. You want 250 plus crit damage. And you want just as much attack as you can. Now this is for damage dealers. I do like to have a bit of effect resist in nearly every character if possible. It just helps with those chances of you dodging debuffs, not getting stunned, that sort of stuff in clutch moments. If your character applies dots or debuffs, that sort of stuff, and you're using them as an attacker as well, it might also help to have a bit of effect resist. Take my Shufraken as an example. I use Shu in my main PvP team. So he has, 40.5k attack, 82 crit. Crit damage is a bit low, but I've subbed those stats for effect hit and effect resist because he's on my front line. I don't want him to get stunned. I want him to double team. I want him to do tons of damage. All that sort of stuff. So that's sort of stats you want to go for. So equipment wise, as I showed you guys the sets before. So there's all those sets available. Stat wise, so each piece of gear comes with stats. So your weapon, as an example, oh, here we go. Well, look at this. This is an average piece. So this is hit. Do I even have any good? Here we go. Look, this is what I consider to be an average piece of gear. You're going, but Pyro, look, it's got 24% HP, 40% attack, 40% crit damage, 4% crit rate. I would have rather not have this on Garth and have the HP that I got into crit rate, because then it would have been more useful. So it's a HP bonus set with HP, attack, defense. You always want to go percentage stats on any of your items. Emulator. I don't actually use an emulator. I mirror my phone to my computer because I found the game to be most stable doing it that way. It does stuff up the aspect ratio a little bit, hence why it's like a big blank down the bottom of my screen. But it runs really smoothly, and it it allows me to tweak some settings on my phone. I run it in performance mode, which saves battery and all that sort of stuff, so works pretty good. So yeah, you want to get percentages on a lot of these pieces of gear. Don't be afraid. So you see something like this, don't be afraid of a flat stat, because flat stats can actually be quite strong, especially when it's a stat of another desired stat. So as an example, flat attack, flat HP can actually be benefit to you than say flat defense. I found that defense in this game is very useless. It's not like Epic 7 where if you have, 20k defense or whatever stupid number of defense, you actually feel the damage reduction. I don't feel that in E7. I don't feel that in Exos Heroes. The defense is just not a stat that's impactful. Now, I don't know whether it's because when they've transferred from the old gear to the new gear that they haven't updated that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Here's another piece of gear that I consider decent. Doesn't have any crit rate, but it's got attack percent, effect resist percent, crit damage, and attack speed. So this is a dash set. So as I said, you want to look for these sort of stats. There's a where's my little thing? Hold on, I've got another image I want to bring up. I think it's this one. Yeah, here it is. Oh no, that's an old one. I've got a new one. Here we go. All right, let me just drag this over here so you guys can see it. Here we go. All right, so this is stats that you can get on the gear. All right. So on the left hand side here, left, that side, which is my left, your right. I don't know. This side is your weapon, your helmet, and your armor. So you can only get flat attack as the main stat. You can get flat health as the main stat on the helmet. And you can get flat defense on the armor. Now, these are all the lists of the substats that you can get on those particular items. So, for a weapon, attack percent, health percent, crit rate, crit damage, effect hit, effect resist, attack, attack percent, defense percent, health percent, etc., etc., defense, health, crit damage, etc. Now, the other side is where it gets interesting. So you're looking at your gloves, your accessory, and your boots. They've both got a main stat and a substat. So the main stat can be either a flat stat or a percentage-based stat. My recommendation is, depending how far progressed you are, is to only deal with percentage-based stats. If it's got flat attack, flat defense, flat HP on it, DE it and use it to craft something else. However, in saying that, if it is a god roll, so I'm talking about, say it's got flat HP, but it's got attack percent, health percent, crit rate, crit damage as subs, I'd level it up and put it on a unit for embodiment of avarice, for high CP. Yeah, that's the only time I'd use it. I wouldn't use it on a main unit that's doing damage or that's tanking, because health percent will net me better stats. It might not net me better combat power, but it will give me better stats to use on my character. Now, the biggest question around here, and I believe there has been some fixes, is that with the accessory, gloves, and boots, substats cannot be the same as a main stat. So as an example, if I have gloves and I have crit damage as my main stat, I can't get crit damage as my substat. I know some people have recorded that they can do this. It's been confirmed by Line Games that it is a bug, and they will be recalling that equipment, and possibly, I think they may even be providing compensation or refunding you what you spent to get that equipment. So if you get H%, you can't get H% as a substat. Same thing goes for boots. You get attack speed main, you can't get a attack speed sub. So, you want to mix and match these sort of things depending on whether it's a DPS, whether it's a tank, whether it's a debuffer, whether it's a support hero, whether it's a healer, a cleanser. All that sort of stuff varies depending on what your requirements are. So we'll go back to looking at some gear. So I've looked at a couple of weapons. So we'll look at gloves as an example. So you'll see that there's a whole lot of different gloves I've got here, ranging from fated to purple to you name it. Don't discount purple gear. I've had so many people come to me saying, "Oh, I've only got 900 CP. I've only got 4 items equipped gold because that's all I've got." It is utter nonsense. In Exos, I have a 67,000 CP glove that's got flat stats. Yeah? And I'm using it because it's high CP. It's the only reason I'm using it, and it's on a unit to lift my EOA score up. On the other hand, I've got an item like this, which has got great crit rate, great effect resist, great effect hit, and great attack. So this would be good on, say, a debuffer that I want to do damage. You've got another one. Where's another good one? This is another one here. I've got flat HP, which I've got, percentage-based HP on Luna. I need some extra HP as well. I've given us some defense, crit, and attack. Once again, it's 64,000 CP, and it's a purple item. It's literally my 8th item, and it's my 8th highest combat power, and it's a purple. So don't discount purples if they have, if they have 3 or 2 of the desired stats you want. Don't just go plus 15. Don't just go plus 15 straight away. Go to plus 3. Say it rolls in attack percent. Okay. Right. Well, it's a crit damage, so attack percent's useful. You roll it again to plus 6. It goes in a crit rate. Okay. Well, crit rate, attack, crit damage, they synergize together. Works well. You roll it again. It goes into crit rate or attack. This is a good piece of gear. A lot of people will throw this out. Now, in 12 months' time, God knows what system we're going to have, this gear may be useless. But for starting off, leveling up, and changing what gear you had to what you have now, this is a good piece of gear. And anyone else who tells you otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. Because it's got one stat that's meh, the 3 other stats and the main stat is sought after, and it's nearly got 60k CP, which for most people, your average player, that would be huge. So, second thing is looking at your set bonuses. So, gloves, you can get crit damage, crit rate, attack percent, defense percent, HP percent. I generally would not build defense percent as a main stat. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend going HP percent with defense percent substats. What I mean by that is you want defense main and a HP percent sub. As an example, this is the opposite of what I want. I want the other way around. Sorry, people. Where's a good one? Look, we'll go this one. Right. So I've got HP percent as my main, and I've got 12% defense as a sub. I think this is a lot stronger. I think this is a lot stronger for units that are building like tankiness or supports. As I said earlier, I just don't think defense scales well in this game. Hence why I don't think there's any units that do damage based off their defense. Prior to Season 5, you had to have a certain amount of defense to activate certain passives. It looks like when they've moved everything over, everything now scales with attack or HP, and they've completely gutted defense. I think the only thing that scales with defense, I think there are some shields, and you can only get like 20 to 25k defense when you can get upwards of 200k HP. So if you ask me, what am I going to build? I'll build a 200k HP tank. I'm not going to build a 20k defense tank, because 25% of 20k is literally nothing versus 25% of 200k. So you do the math. In saying that, they may or may not change that. So this is, this is the sort of stuff you're looking at. This is a great item. Crit rate's good, effect hit is good, crit damage is good, HP percent. So you want to chuck this on a tank that maybe can strip or has some debuffs or can purge, because he's got that bit of effectiveness in there, so that'll help them pick that up. It's also a speed set. Just so you know, speed set only works off the base speed of the character, not what it has once it's got all the speed on it. So if the character can move 100 points of speed, it'll increase the speed by 25 points. So the character will then have 125 speed plus whatever speed stats you have on gear. So if you've got a gloves are a poor example, because gloves can't have attack speed on them. So if we do, I know what we'll do boots. So boots. Here we go. So boots, we've got attack speed plus 3. So if you had 100 speed, 25% bonus, that'd be 125, and then it'd be 3 on top of that. 125, 26, 27, 28. It'll be 128 speed will be your character. So it doesn't add all the numbers together and then give you speed. A lot of people think, oh, I've got, plus 6, I've got plus 80 speed. Why am I only getting 25 speed from my set bonus? That's how it's calculated. So that's a nifty thing to know. All right, so third thing now is, how do you build, Pyro, how do I build my characters? How do I know what stats to look for, what items to put on, and how to gear up a character? So what I'm going to do for you guys right now is I'm going to find a character that I'd like to gear. And what we'll do is we will essentially gear them up live. Now I think this is a perfect character. I don't currently use April, but I'm going to. And right now we're gonna gear up. So this is her stats with just fake cores and all that sort of stuff to quit. So what you want to take into mind is go, okay, what does a character do, and what do I need them to do? So the best thing to do is to, when you hover over a character, best thing I like to do is just do this. So, alright, so what does April do? She increases attack speed of our allies 1 turn upon receiving damage. Okay, so she's going to receive damage. You want her to have lots of HP. She decreases damage by 10% for each living ally besides self. And then she reduces it up to 40%. She also increases effect resist with ally with the idle theme fake core. She heals over time by lowest health by 15. And she also heals all allies by 34% of her own maximum health. And she also grants a barrier of maximum health. So what that tells me is that she's got to be beefy in HP. And she's got to have high effect resist. And you're going, Pyro, why does she need high effect resist? Well, if she's stunned, she can't use her abilities. If she can't use her abilities, you're not getting any of her heals or any of her shields. So you've got to have those sort of things on. You go, okay, well, if I need effect resist and I need vitality, what sets do I need? Well, you need resistance and you need vitality sets. So this is where we go to our equipment manager. We'll click on the little sword thing first. We'll go, okay, so we'll see what vitality sets we have first. And we'll just click OK. So as you can see, I have 3 items in vitality. Now, I can't use these 2 because they're on main pieces of characters I have at the moment. I can use this one though. So it's got a little bit of effect hit in there. Not ideal. I would have preferred this to be effect resist. Luna, this item is basically, this one is, if this and this were merged together, like if this had, instead of crit rate and crit damage, had effective hit and effect resist, this would be a perfect item. So we'll chuck this one on there for now. Gloves, we want main stat HP %. Once again, I've only got these 2 items here, so we can't use those. Excuse me. Your looms also got a HP set, and I'm using her, so we can't use that. So now we move on to our other items, and we go, oh, okay, we got a couple here to choose from. So Baraka's got something. 19% effect hit. Yeah, okay. Do we have anything that's got 29? That's not a bad number. Oh, this isn't too bad. Oh, okay, that's got 13. I think this is our best one. So we'll pinch this one. We'll equip that. Yep. So we got 2 HP sets. We're getting there. Now we've got. We need something. We need more. We need more effect resist. So this is good. We want to look for HP though as well. So you see, this has got flat HP. I'm actually tempted to use this. We'll use this one. And then last but not least, so boots. So I don't think we're going to get another item in that particular set because we got an effect hit one that's got some effect resist. But the problem is she doesn't need effect hit. So we may have to go a broken set here. We'll chuck in look at resistance and see what we got. And we'll go HP %. So I've got one item here that's got effective for hit and defense. But this has got... So this has higher CP. But this has better stats. So I'd rather have the 6% effect resist than the higher CP value. And you'll see why in a minute. So we're going to pinch. We're going to take this one. Because it's got more defense, more CP, more HP. So we'll take that. And then the last thing we got is gloves, which I can't take any of these two because they're both used. So what I do is I just go undo that and I go, I want HP % main and I want effect resist. If you can't get set bonuses, it is not the end of the world. Simply go for stuff that has stats that you need. So, alright, this has got HP %. It's only got 6% effect resist. This is 4%. This one's 8%. Effect resist is 18 on this one. So this is probably our best one because it'll give us 57. It'll give us 71k attack. 71k HP. And then we just go equip on that. And then voila, our April is now geared to be used. Now I don't have, I don't have any orbs. So this is the free stuff that you get. The circle exchange stuff. You can farm this stuff for free. She's got no orbs in her, so you can see her stats unorbed. My Lenome, I think, is 2.4, maybe 3.1 signature force, so it's only halfway. So there's heaps more stats that April can get passively. But right now, like, I could use her as she is now in Holy Dragon. I can use her in even in PvP. And I can use her in other areas as well. So that's how you go about sort of gearing up a character. Second thing you want to look at after gearing is artifacts. So I've got one that increases attack speed. when an ally receives damage, which can stack up to 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9. So that can stack up. Once it gets to level 30, it can stack up a lot. So that's a lot of speed. It's good for long encounters. So when you're constantly attacking something and then the round goes over and you're attacking again and attacking again, it's basically I see it as a PvE artifact, not a PvP artifact, because after 30 rounds you're taking lightning damage anyway, so you're going to die and you're just not going to be able to heal through it. So that's pretty much it. So another thing I get asked is what stats or how do I gear, certain characters. I'm not going to do a guide on how to gear each individual character because I think everyone likes to gear things differently, and I encourage different play styles and all that sort of stuff. But as a general rule, for damage dealers like Bathory, Rira, Magi, Annie, Jean, Dorka, Bernadette, that sort of stuff, you want to go either red blood set and crit, or you want to go like a dash crit set. You can go attack crit set, but attack generally falls off once you get to a certain point. Or you can go the crit damage set, which gives you an extra 40% crit damage with crit set. A lot of people are going red blood at the moment because counter meta and revenging is something that happens quite often. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. Is quite happening, and the damage that people are doing at later stages, they're finding that they're actually healing off that sort of stuff, which is helping out a lot. So that's generally how I gear up attackers. So as an example, I've got red blood set and crit set on my Bathory. There are her stats there. Crit damage isn't ideal, but she's got 85% crit, 42% effectiveness. Speed is meh. And yeah, so she life steals on hit plus extra crit rate, making sure that hopefully she crits. You want to go, so crit damage, this will be attack, and attack. That's general rule on nearly everyone that does damage, is you want crit damage, attack, attack. When you're looking at Talia, I've got her on a resistance HP build, which is what I probably suggest for nearly every tank / healer out there, is a resist HP build. I think she's actually on resist defense because I didn't have any HP sets, which I need to farm more of. Once again, HP, I think this is HP. Just stack HP and effective resist. You wanted to heal massive. You wanted to not get stunned. That's what you want. You want to look for, HP percent here. You want to look for more effect resist, HP percent here. You want to look for HP percent here, and maybe effect resist. I would have preferred this to be effect resist instead of effect here, because it's like the only one I've got. So they're the sort of stats you want to look for when building your characters. As I said before, if you do get items that aren't perfect, don't throw them away. Look at them. I'll show you guys. I've actually got a couple of items that I haven't leveled up yet, and the reason I haven't is to show you guys what I would and what I wouldn't level. So here we go. We've got some items here that you can see that I haven't leveled. So this item here, I'm not going to level because it's an attack percent. There's no crit rate on it. If there was crit rate, I'd level it up and possibly use it. If it was HP percent, I'd level it because it's got effect resist and effect hit, which is useful to me. These boots is another one. There's no crit on there. Let's find something that I would level. I thought I had something in here that I would level. This one I'd level for EOA purposes, Embodiment of Avarice, purely based on it's got decent stats, and they're all percentages. So I'd level this one up. The other ones, I honestly wouldn't level. This one I would, for a tank, because potentially that you can get some damage out of him. I wouldn't do this on a healer. I'd do this on like a tank character that is either countering or dual attacking. So something like Shufraken, this would be good for. You can get some rolls into crit and some effectiveness. So if you've got to land some debuffs or something, or you're purging, that would be alright. This one, absolutely useless. I'd literally just disassemble that one off the point. It's got 2 flat stats and a percentage stat. It's not worth keeping at all. This is not what you want, yeah? So this is a accessory. It's supposed to have a percentage stat on there. There is a flat stat. It is useless. DE it. Same with this item. Oh, but it's got HP percent. I don't care. It's flat attack. Disassemble. Useless. There are some cases where you would keep an item. So as an example, this one, I may actually level it up to see where it goes. So what you do is you go enhance equipment. We'll go, okay, we want to, I just want to get it to +3, and if it rolls in a crit rate. See, so it rolled in a crit rate. So now what you can go is, okay, is it gonna, what's it gonna roll into now? So it runs into effect resist. So I wouldn't continue that one anymore. Like if it rolled in a crit rate again, I might actually keep it. But that's just that's how I'd gear those sort of characters. First thing I do is, so when you're looking at what characters to gear first, my suggestion is that depends on what content you want to do. So if you're a PvE person, that's all you care about, you don't do any PvP, then just, you know, just level the characters you want. You know, pick Dorka, pick Annie, pick Luke, Rudley, whatever character you want, and level them and gear them how you want. If you're competitive in PvP, I'd suggest you pick like one team, like 5 units that you want to really improve, and you just work on those. Like you smash those units out, you put all your best gear on those units, and that's where you start. And what you do is you also use those units in your dragon runs or your holy raids, whatever you want to call them, which will allow you to... Oh, what? I can't... Have I run out of teams? Oh my god, I do. This is a sad day. So what you do is you run just a random team. Sorry, you don't run a random team. What am I talking about? It is way too late for me. It's like 11:30 at night. I need to go to bed. So, you don't run a random team. You run a PV team that you like to use. So as an example, a team that I'm going to be running is Talia, Bathory, with Rira, Yaloom, and Chati. So that's going to be one of my teams. Coincidentally, I can also use that team to farm Dragon. Or I can use those plus other units to farm the Holy Dragon for crafting gear and all that sort of stuff. This has been my sort of semi-video guide on how to do gear and that sort of stuff. Next video I'll probably do will be about gearing up for EOA and how to sort of maximize your CP to be able to get the most out of your embodiment of avarice score. This will help you heaps with like farming gear and leveling up things and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for the stream. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want to hit me up, you can join Eden of Gaming Discord. I'll have a link at the bottom of this video when it goes live on YouTube, probably tomorrow. Come check me out. Come say hi. Say hi to the guys. We are recruiting as well. We've got 5 guilds, so hit me up. And yeah, if you've got any questions, speak to me there, and I'll help you where I can.